it's another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your comfort together because it's time to dish tea. And your dish tea, darlings, with Big Meat.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat.
Darling.
Trying to get it together, honey. Trying to get it together. I was going to come in with my hey. However, child, I'm going to start this off, just unorthodox because I usually come in singing and all that kind of stuff. However, right now, we want to have some, just take a little moment. We were supposed to have been on yesterday. We had to cancel yesterday because we had got some sad news. My co-host, and y'all know our brother here, Big Red, his brother had passed yesterday. We believe that this is, well, let me not put any information out there because I want him to be able to do that. But his brother ended up passing, and it took us out, Chad. It just took us out. We got that call like 3:45 yesterday afternoon, and I'm in the grocery store. I'm down at Kroger, and it just became too much. So I couldn't shop. I was trying to shop. I couldn't stay focused. So I just had them, I had just got some tomatoes or whatever. I just told her, I said, girl, could you go put this back for me? I just got a call. I got to leave the store. So I left the store, talked with Nikki because we were all on the same conference call, but then she hung up. I called her back. I was like, listen, girl, you okay? She's distraught. She's still processing, coming home. We just buried her mother. So, she's still processing that. Y'all know I'm processing my son. So, here we are. We call ourselves through the hard way, but it's just unbelievable how we all are touching one another's lives. And I said something to Nikki yesterday on our way over to Reds. I said, girl, look at this. I said, child, look at how this is hit. We done lost a parent, a child, and a sibling. Okay. I said, look at how this is going. And she said, damn, I said, right. So we're having all of our highest thoughts. And, I don't say pray for them. I say send up praise reports because I believe that when praises go up is when blessings come down. And usually, is when you send up, I say praise reports because that's giving all of the powers that be, God, the universe, the omniverse, the cosmos, the greatest energy, the infinite creator, whatever name you decide to call that higher power. I truly believe that is when we go up with praises, the praises reports of, healing. And I just decree, and thank you for the healing and for wisdom and for understanding and for comfort and for care, for a mind, for just everything that I need to sustain myself. I just send those up as a praise report to say, yes, thank you for it. So that's what rains down and shines down. So yes, instead of asking for it, I already know my faith says that this is going to be done. So I just walk in it and I just send up the praise report to say, hey, this is what it is. And this is how it's going to be. So yeah. So having said all that, that is why we were not here yesterday. Okay. Any other time? I'm trying to see who's going to come in with me today. Red is on the road to Chicago now. He's driving, so he may tune in, so that he could be with us to keep in mind, stay focused and this, that, and the other. So that's why we were not on yesterday. Okay. So we're here today. All right. And all of that. Is this light a little too bright? It just looks bright to me. Somebody keep fucking with my damn lights and it's bothering me. Okay. But nonetheless, We're gonna get some shit going. Okay. Okay. So listen to all of my tea sippers, my crumpet dunkers, my tea brewers, my pot stirrers, and my tea leaf readers, honey. We gonna get into a hot one today. So I want you to put your comments and stuff down up in here. Folks have been talking about it the last couple of days, and I was going to get on it yesterday, of course, but we're going to get on it now. And that there is this whole debacle with OnlyFans, honey. OnlyFans, now told the children, listen, you know, thank you, but no thank you, because we're not putting up with this shit no more, honey. Come October 1st, we will no longer be hosting or putting up with the adult content. Now, they're claiming that they will still have quote-unquote adult content as long as it meets the new guidelines that they're putting together. And y'all know damn well, honey, with the guidelines, they're going to have no nudity, no explicitness, no this, no that, whatever. And so the folks over there who making a coin or whatever, you know, they're going to become in jeopardy. So, okay, hop. In the words of Miss Otis Mack, honey, down there in my sister in the Heavy Diva of Chicago, what she say? Pardon my indulgence. Child, listen, I got the little Bay Bridge, the $3 wine from Kroger. Child, they had a strawberry Moscato. This shit is lovely. Yeah, and it's been chilling. I had this damn thing chilling for like a week in the refrigerator. Ooh. That is lovely. Okay. Lovely. So, we get into this with OnlyFans and things. So let me read how I wrote the show up, because see, I think I want to tackle this from a different perspective, okay? Because I've heard all of the blogs, but not all of them. I've seen, you know, folks and they're jumping on it and things about what it means to be into this business and carrying on. You know, it done exploded. OnlyFans have become a $2 billion industry. You hear what I say? $2 billion over the last year and a half. Because, you know, OnlyFans exploded during the pandemic. We heard about it pre-pandemic. We heard about OnlyFans, and there were only a few people who were doing it and carrying on. Those who were already into that subscription kind of content, you know, they're the pioneers, the T.S. Madison and those girls who were doing that before it was popular to do it. Okay, so those pioneers they knew what it was to have that kind of coin. But then OnlyFans had just came, you know, either you had amateur porn stars or adults, you know, adult content creators. I'm not gonna call them stars. They just became popular. They created the stuff that folks want to see. And so it's like, okay, you pay for a subscription, you know, depending on what it is. And so like a lot of times the subscriptions were only like, what, $5.99, $7.99. I've seen one maybe $20 for a month. You know, so you get that, and so you go up in here and watch them do whatever it is that they do. Now, of course, they had content over there that wasn't all sexually explicit. However, OnlyFans have become known to the general public for all of the sexual content. Okay, those of you who are on Twitter, you know that the kids who got OnlyFans pages, they would give you a snippet. You know, like we do anytime a new piece come out, they give you a trailer, like with the movies. Okay, the movies give you a 30-second or a 2-minute trailer, you know, to entice you to come and see the whole film. Okay, now here's where this is. Now I'm gonna get dirty right here, because see, there's a lot that can be done in 2 minutes, and if you got the right clip up there, I don't need to see the whole film. I could get what I need done in 2 minutes. Okay. Perhaps. Okay. And things of that nature. Because I'm just looking for the scene. I'm just trying to get hot right now, you know, take care of business and carrying on or whatever. Or collect them. You know, there's a number of us who sit down and we collect them and carry on. We share them back and forth and things. And we're like, oh, this is cute. Some of us would use porn for study, and you learn how, you know, you grow in your lovemaking skills or in your sex game, honey. You know, you sit down there and get your technique together. You see something, you want to try it out or whatever. You know, it can be a useful tool. So because of that, you know, there's a spot for it. You know, we talked about this before in a different perspective because, you know, in lieu of this culture of having cancel culture, in lieu of how people love to go into someone's past to dig up dirt and things of that nature, I asked y'all a while ago, I was like, what do you do now? Because the pandemic has gotten us into an era where everything is online. Everything is, why in the hell this damn thing keeps sliding and falling? Shit. My phone keep wanting to fall everywhere. We're in lieu of everything being online. They didn't want us touching nobody. They didn't want us around anybody. So everything was done here through the computer. So now let's fast forward 15, 20 years from now and say someone wants to go and have political aspirations or whatever it is, where it requires the public to sit down and say, hey, either vote for me or I want to do this, I want to do that. You know, maybe I want to go into acting. I want to be a sports person. I want to do this. And somebody sits up there and go through your shit or go searching your name and they come up with this. Okay, they come up with and they pull this up. They pull that up. Okay, what is that going to do for you? What is that going to do for the world, honey? Are we going to see it in a different light at that particular time? You know, are we going to then say, oh, are we going to have an understanding ear? You know what I'm saying? Are we going to be able to look at that and say, oh, well, we understand what that was? I don't think that we are. I think what's going to happen is the folks are going to be judged and carrying on. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, you know, I didn't necessarily have an OnlyFans page out there like that because that wasn't me. However, I will say this, that I got some content out there that I put out there, and I know I put it out there, and can't nobody tell me about me. You understand what I'm saying? You can't throw it in my face. You can't say, oh, well, you did, yes, the fuck I did, you know, and probably will do it again under different circumstances. But what you're not going to do is try to hold anything over my head because you're not understanding the space I was in when I was doing what I did, you know, and carrying on. And I've had this discussion one time before with a lot of you, you know, during the time that I had my hernia and I'm looking like an alien with this damn thing trying to project out of my goddamn stomach and shit. You know, there were moments where I had to learn how to love my body. So in order for me to love my body, you know, what do? You have to strip naked. Don't they tell you to start that you strip naked and this is what you do? So I have a lot of provocative pictures and stuff out there with me and things of that nature. Oh, honey. In fact, I made the little blogs, you know, the little hot mess shits, you know, when they say, whose uncle is this? Oh, honey, I made them all, child. But I didn't care about that because nobody understood my journey. And I didn't feel the need to have to explain it either. You know what I'm saying? And even though mine wasn't sex, and I do have some sex stuff out there too. But I wasn't necessarily trying to get into the business of becoming an adult film star or whatever. Though I am an actor, I still want to stay on the legitimate side of it. I wasn't ready to do all that. Now, in my younger days, I did. When I was in my 20s, I used to work in a adult video store or whatever. So I was starting to learn the business from that end. And I was just about to start going to the conferences. You know, they got the big the porn conventions and stuff, which I'm still going to go to one. I really want to go to one. And that's when they introduce the new products and this, that, and the other. You get to meet a lot of the stars and this, that, and the other. However, like most of those are usually the straight stars. Now they do have the gay ones and carrying on, but you know, a lot of the Caucasian adult actors I wasn't privy to, you know, because I watched the movies, but I wasn't necessarily privy to all of the actors. So I'm like, oh, I don't want to go there necessarily because who I'm trying to see, they may not be there, you know. Mine back in the day with Randy Cochran and all those children, you know, Gene Lamar, you know, those are the kids that were when I was in my younger days. That's what was coming up. Bobby Blake came, you know, he came in the tail end of that. No, that was late 80s when he came on the scene and became, you know, a force and a name, and then the children that came after him. And so now the kids nowadays, I don't even know if they even attend those particular things because the industry has changed so much. And now that we have OnlyFans, you know, doing their thing, this is what it is. So now the way I want to look at it is from this particular perspective. Let me read it from here because I when I write this stuff up, I forget how I write the show. Okay, wait a minute. I got to turn my volume down over here so that I don't mess up myself. Listen to myself. Okay. I said, baby, the world is turned upside down and right side up again as OnlyFans has announced that it will discontinue hosting all adult content on its platform as of October 1st, 2021. Is this really the end of an era? Okay. Have you ever heard of AVN Stars, CENTRO, FRISK, Just for Fans? Okay, and the list goes on. We're going to go over that in a minute. Is it really fair, or is this just business? Is it fair for an industry who have become over a $2 billion industry within the last year and a half just cut off its nose to spite its face and not take into consideration the people responsible for its growth? Is that fair? And something else we're going to cover today is, when does having the conversation become actions and solutions? Are we ever going to get tired of having the conversation and it leads nowhere? Okay, so those are going to be two areas. I know that those are going to be heavy. Okay, those are going to be heavy. So we're going to get into this because, as I said, the OnlyFans thing, honey, has just messed everybody up. You know, Miko, I see you. I'm coming to the comments in a minute because I see that some of the kids, honey, yeah, y'all coming in on this, and this is gonna be really good. Okay. But here, I mentioned Just for Fans because Just for Fans came out when OnlyFans said, okay, we're doing this, and that doesn't hit the news. Just for Fans said this. Just for Fans said the adult industry is sadly used. It says it has sadly used companies. No, I'm sorry. Is used to companies cutting their teeth on the adult market and then abandoning them once they reach critical mass. Just for Fans was founded and built by and for sex workers, and its staff is 100% comprised of sex workers and people who have been in the porn industry for many, many years. We are a porn site that will never change, and we have no interest in mainstreaming, quote unquote. Just for Fans is number 2 in traffic to OnlyFans, and we are well poised to make sure adult content creators are not abandoned. We welcome them all to our website. We believe we have the most innovative platform out there and are consistently evolving to meet the needs of our community. We welcome everyone to check us out. Now, the reason why this is significant, people, is because there has been a whole big to-do between which one was better, Just for Fans or OnlyFans, right? And so now, listen to one of these comments because, again, I never got into the algorithms of all this and understanding how they get paid and blah, 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 blah. But let's check this out because somebody wrote this here, okay? Taking 30% of the cut is extremely disappointing, and your site is nowhere near OnlyFans user-friendly, like the user-friendly site. There's no flow to your website on top of taking 30% earnings. Our $100 becomes $70. Nah, y'all need to upgrade your website, add a better flow, and then talk about taking your cuts. Okay? So apparently, and I have heard that a lot of times too, that a lot of folks had went over to over to OnlyFans because of how they were paying out or whatever. now only Just for Fans responded them saying, hey, we are a porn site, not ashamed to admit that, and therefore get charged high risk fees from every bank and vendor we work with. We aren't pocketing that extra money. We pay it to our banks and vendors. Oh shit. Oh, damn it. I hit something. Oh, here you go. Okay. We're not part. We pay it to our banks and our vendors, so we never have to ban porn from our platform. So what they're saying, that's the answer to them saying, okay, they got to take 30% cut. Okay. So basically, I'm gonna say it like this, and I don't know if this is going to be offensive. I'm hoping not, but yeah, we're gonna put it like this. Okay. It's kind of like you get to keep your money, but the pimp is doing what the pimp need to do to make sure you stay out of jail. So I'm gonna take this cut because I got to pay off the police officers. I got to pay them. So make sure you keep a job. And that I'm gonna equate that like that in its basic terms, so that folks can understand exactly how I'm hearing it. If y'all hear something else in that, please give your interpretation. But that's what I'm hearing. Okay, that basically because of all the fees that we have to put up with from the banks and carry it on, knowing that we are a porn industry and a porn site, this is how we do this so that we can stay true to who we are. Okay. Now, y'all know OnlyFans put out their thing saying that they were not going to, as of October 1st, they're discontinuing it. Why? They got leaned on by their banks. They got leaned on by their funders and their stock and their shareholders and stuff. They're like, no, fuck this. We're tired of this. We ain't doing this no more. And either you go do this or we're going to pull out. So OnlyFans said that they're doing this because it was a decision based on a lot of their shareholders and stuff. They didn't want that anymore. So now they're repackaging their things, and putting up guidelines. X2 did the same thing. X2 was the shit. Okay, X2 was the shit at one point. But then X2 went through and everybody who wasn't quote unquote registered to them, they removed everybody. They didn't even give it. That's where all my shit was. They didn't give none of us the option to say, come and take your shit down or whatever. They just took it down. And thank God. For me, thank God that I still have major copies of it, because I was using that as like my storehouse for my sexy shit. And luckily, I still have like the stuff on my drives or whatever. But they just erased it down. And when I questioned them about it, they were like, well, no, we still have it, but you just have to sit down there and become a registered person. And then when you go try to register, there was a fee to register. Because folks are making money off of Xtube too. If you became a preferred person on Xtube, to where you had content up there, you had your free shit, but then you had the stuff that folks had to pay for to watch. And Xtube was like that, but then they switched over because OnlyFans and Just for Fans and the liking has started to explode. So now they're trying to compete. All right, cute. However, let's go here. Damn, the strawberry Moscato is fucking delicious. Let's go here. How many of you guys know about these particular platforms? Okay. AVN Stars. Okay. That's a platform. And I'm taking that AVN is adult video news. And y'all know they're using that's a company. AVN, honey, is known for its adult material and carrying on, and they have the AVN Awards. They do like the porn Oscars, if you will. Okay, so they have a referral program, subscription wall, clip sales, live video referral program. Okay, the payout percentage is 80%. CENTRO, they payout percentage is 75%. Again, subscription wall, clip sales, referral program. They don't do live video over there. So everything over there is posted. Oh, excuse me. Have y'all heard of FRISK? I've never heard of FRISK. Again, they are subscription wall, pay per message, referral program. Their payout is 80%. Okay. So they only taking 20% as a cut. Okay. Inked Girls. Okay. Now, Inked Girls, this here is a site for those who are all tattooed up. Okay. This is specifically for those who are into the tattoo culture and this, that, and the other. They only take 80%. Monthly subscriptions, premium videos, locked messages, private videos, premium Snap, and I think they based off of Snapchat, custom videos, live streaming, one-on-one camming, and referral program. Okay, now again, that's Ink Girls. Is My Girl. They got Is My Girl and Is My Guy. And Is My Guy, of course, is the male version of Is My Girl. And according to what they write up about it, Is My Guy is for those who got rejected from OnlyFans. I didn't even know they rejected folks from that like that. Again, I'm not aware of the culture, but Is My Guy is an all-male content, and most of those folks over there were rejected from OnlyFans. Okay, according to how they write up. Both of them, they pay 80% out, monthly subscriptions, premium videos, locked messages, private messages, premium Snap, custom videos, live streaming, one-on-one camming, and referral program. Okay, so that's the Is My Girl, Is My Guy franchise. Loyal fans. Okay, here go another fans. Loyal fans. They 80% free and follower wall. So I guess you can have, if you go on there, you can build free content, and then a subscribers wall, scheduled content, a video store, pay per message referral program. Okay. MYM fans, another fans. Okay. They pay 75 to 90% out, plus a 1% performance bonus potential. I'm not sure what that means exactly. They say subscriber wall, push media, private custom media, ambassador program. Okay. And then the other one was OnlyFans. Okay. Now, if y'all want this information, I will send you. Let me do this like this. I'm gonna put the link up here so that y'all can read this on your own, because it explains each particular device. Okay. Or each particular platform, and tells you what it is that they do. Okay. I'm gonna give you Loyal Fans because that was the one. I'm gonna do Loyal Fans, and I'm gonna read MYM because those are the ones. Loyal Fans is one of the newer premium social media platforms on this list after a rebranding, a new website launched earlier 2020. Loyal Fans features and tools include customizable messaging, live streaming, video chat, audio recording, video, photo sharing, and more. The platform has a great payout structure at 80% and has referral bonuses for model referrals as well as fan referrals, allowing models to earn when one of their fans subscribe to another model. Interesting. Okay, so if y'all following one another, y'all sharing content or sharing followers, so y'all can make money off of each other. Okay. Y'all know how we do with the trade, honey. That's why it's trade, bitch. Okay. Girl, I just had this, so you're gonna like this because honey, the dick, that's cute over there. It's the same concept. Same concept from what I'm getting. Okay. And I said I was gonna read MYM fans. MYM fans is a premium social media website that models can use to create a recurring revenue stream. Your feed features both public content and subscription locked content behind the paywall. In order for a fan to continue viewing your locked content, they pay a monthly fee that you can set, giving you income every single month. Followers are also able to request custom content that the model can accept or refuse to create. Okay. Okay. I said okay. I said okay. Right? So now, this is good. Is this really the end of an era? Okay. or are the children going to sit down here and get a little bit more creative? I've always thought that folks will create their own website, like some of the other websites, and just create the membership off the website. That's what I've always thought that the kids were going to do. However, it is what it is. But then now let's go into the business of all this, because see, here's something that's very interesting. Because what I do, okay, wait a minute. Let me put the link up here. I'm coming to y'all comments. I see y'all. I see you babies. Okay, let me put this up here. Okay. That there, cammodelagency.com. You see that link right there? That there is the link to where you can read all of the information that I just gave y'all. Okay. That I just read, it gives you all in depth and carrying on this, that, and that. Now catch this, because what they also offer is this. There's another thing, the model records. Okay, modelrecords.com. Now on this is kind of like, I'm gonna call it like a Facebook or a Twitter. No, it's like an Instagram for porn. Okay. And no, not an Instagram. No. Let me not say Instagram. For those of y'all who are actors and carrying on, y'all know when we go to register your talent and carrying on all the acting agencies, and you put your headshot up there and all your contact info. That's what this thing is. Model Records is just that. You can create over here and host over here to where you can put your whole content up in here. And so it's like everybody can scroll down this thing and click on people who they want to see, who they want to find, who they're trying to, if y'all trying to do the thing in order to brand yourself a little more, okay, to find out what this is. And they got it listed by site, OnlyFans, fans, they have it listed to where, you can customize it, I guess, and find out who's where, find out subscriptions or whatever for those who are, on here and carrying on. This is still the Cam Model. It's Cam Model Agency. So this is the same people who put up all the information that I had given you about the different adult subscription sites or whatever. So again, I'm asking you, honey, is this really the end of an era? Okay. Is it really the end of an era? Let me go in and I'm gonna go to the comments right now. I got a fly up in here that is driving me crazy. Okay, let me do this. And wait a minute, I'm by myself, I'm solo, and I got to turn this air on, honey, because I turned it off because I got cold. And now, yeah. Okay, let me start here. I'm gonna start at the top and going down. Hey, Princess, what's up, baby? There are a lot of people making coin out there. I knew a couple of people who had accounts on there and had posted content. They're outraged. Of course, they would be outraged, because if this has become, look how the pandemic did us, and everybody got laid off their jobs and carrying on and didn't know when they were going back. Shit, I'm still part-time. We're still not 100% open. I work for a hotel. We're not 100% open. And so what this does is give me the opportunity to focus on this, but now trying to find sponsors are carrying on, in this era, because hell, it takes money to do this, trying to find sponsors to get up in here, to come on board, to say, hey, we believe in you. I need to push your business when we were losing businesses. That was the challenge. So it's like, okay, how do you stay afloat? So yeah. Edgar, what you say? Nothing is promised to last a lifetime. It's my hope they invested their money. I was going to go there. I get a monthly check for AVN. When I die, my kids will be taken care of. Start your own business. Again, nothing is promised to last. Have an A, B, and a C plan. Ha! Okay. For those of y'all who do, this is Edgar Gaines, honey. He's retired from the industry. And as you see, he says, I get a monthly check from AVN. That's Adult Video News. For those of you who don't know who he is, he went up under the name Bobby Blake when he was actively involved in the industry. Okay. And you heard that right there. It is my hope they invested their money, because we have a lot of folks the kids who made the real money. And I'm telling you, it's just like this. The kids who made the real money were the ones who got in at the early stages of all this. Okay. Those who came in later, They made some cute money, I'm sure. Okay. There were those who came in just to do it because they just wanted to be freaky, you know, and things of that nature. But the coin may not be what you think it is. Okay. So again, those who make the real money and carry on. I also, let me say this, those who also treat it as a business. Y'all know the ones who treat it as a business because they're constantly getting content. They're rolling over content all the time. You could tell in their production of the product. Okay, they got better cameras. They actually paying folks to be the camera operators and all this and the other. The editing is saying a lot. You know, they're using multiple shots, and I'm sure that when they're on the Avid program, they're using the multiple cam shot, so you get these different angles of carrying on without having to have 3 cameras all the time. You know, when you're looking at this, you can always tell somebody because you can see shadows. That bothers me. I'm like, bitch, you in the light. Your camera is here and you in the fucking shot. Okay, so again, you can always tell, and when they treat it as a business, you start to see the production gets better. It gets, you know, that way. Those who have built companies out of it, you know, yeah, they have the OnlyFans page, but now that's become their company. It's become their brand. Let's take somebody like Cutler X. Cutler X, honey, now he's able to franchise. He doesn't have to be in front of the camera all the time. He got other folks who, you know, are just as lovely as him in front of the camera now, and he's directing and producing and carrying on. You know what I'm saying? So it's about making sure that you have, if this is going to be your business, you take it seriously and make it as such. Okay. Now, quiet as it's kept, I was talking about getting into this business, but I wanted to be on the producing end of it because there's a market that's not being tapped as far as I'm concerned. But at the same time, the market that's not being tapped, my community always say they want to see it, but don't nobody want to get in front of the goddamn camera. And what the hell is this shit with all these damn masks? I can't stand them damn hoodie masks and things. Y'all got on ski masks and shit trying to fuck. What's the point? If you man enough to do it, what the hell you covering your face for? That's always been my take on it. Okay. If you don't want your face seen, then shoot by. Y'all know how to sit down there and get torso shots or whatever, you know. But if you like me when you're watching porn, honey, I get off on the whole experience. I want to see your facial expression. I want to see if this is an actual stunt, you know. That's just me. Okay. Yeah, I'm telling my business, so fuck it. Y'all know it. Hell, yeah. Okay. Someone probably said this, but they are not discontinuing adult content. Their new app won't have that as a regular service because of Apple and Android store. On the desktop, you can still have adult content. Well, here's where it is. They're saying that they're going to redo the algorithms on it. So they're saying that adult content is going to be there, but you have to make sure that you adhere to their rules, which means it's going to be. Y'all remember how we had the Playboy channel back in the day? And yeah, it was sex, but it wasn't because it was more so what you see in an R-rated movie now. Okay. It was sex, but most of that sex was simulated and carrying on. And that's how I'm taking this to be. They will have a premium membership for adult content, which means they're going to up the fee. Okay. A premium membership. They're finna go up the fee. Okay. Rico, here's the problem. These talents today want that quick fix of fame. They don't want to build something that's going to last past OnlyFans, etc. Also, many of these talents on OnlyFans, Jeffrey fans, etc., don't even have their own websites. They're totally dependent on social media, which is not smart. Social media could do what they want because they're not paying for social media. Corporate America and advertising is paying for that. So what they say goes, not what we say. Ha! Right there. Okay, right there. Right there. Okay. Right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. Hey, Fred, what's going on? Everyone to the X2 was the bomb. It sure as hell was. Because see, when X2 came out and it opened up everything, you know. it had opened up to the world of being sexy and carrying on. You know what I'm saying? And remember, when X2 came out, it was a storehouse. You know, it was a storehouse. Folks can go there. Yeah, we got all kinds of hookups and things and this, that, and the other. It was just that. Okay, we were coming out of the scandals because remember, Kim Kardashian, their fortune was made off of a sex tape. Because remember when we had the sex tape, everybody leaked the sex tape or whatever. It was leaked and blah, 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 blah. Then it became all of this. So remember, when X2 came, then came, everybody wanted to post it carrying on. Now we got all these pictures. Okay, what's the name of the damn thing? The media outlet, Takeout Media, whatever the hell it was. Now all of a sudden, every time you turn around, they were the ones that had all these pictures of celebrities in the bathroom, and you know they in the mirror taking pictures of themselves, and you know dick and ass exposed. Okay, mostly men because it didn't. You know a lot of the women that were exposed, a lot of them, you know, they something that you could tell that they were exposed, but the men and Karen, they in the mirror. Tell myself, oh, how you in the mirror and ain't nobody? It's your phone. Okay, somebody went through my phone. Really? Okay, what you said. All right. Good evening, Big Star. Have a great show. We'll catch the replay on this one. I'm exhausted. Okay, but hey, miss, you called me. Hey, okay, that's my grandbaby. Okay, hey, baby. It's become PG-13. Right, that part. Okay, okay, right, Miko. Okay. Okay, from the coin prospect of it, most of the content creators could have and should have partnered with neighboring websites to keep the coins coming in. OnlyFans and the other four are merely stepping stones compared to what's on the web to make money. I'll give you that, Dominic. I don't know if you called it from the beginning, but I just had a list of a number of different subscription type services that are out there that a lot of the kids may run to and carry on. Now, the thing of it is understanding your business. How are you going to make your money and your content and this, that, and the other? And now let's talk about content, because I know for me, it upsets me when I'm starting to see folks doing shit outrageously just so that they can create content. Okay, I like Kyrie Levine. Is that his name? Levine. Yeah, Caleb. I think it's Kyrie Levine. Him. I love him. Okay. And he's someone who does this as a business, okay? The problem that I have with him is it just seems as though now you're doing shit just to create the content of it all. You know, you at the goddamn car wash and this, that, and the other. And the whole idea of shock video to where you in neighborhoods and carrying on, and, you know, at any given point, the car could come rolling up and down the street and you got somebody sucking your dick out the window of the car in broad daylight and carrying on. So, yeah, a lot of us who are exhibitionists and voyeuristic and carrying on, the dirty side of that, we get off on that kind of shit. At the same time, I'm looking at it from a realistic standpoint. Why are you jeopardizing yourself? Because, see, now, let's go here. Because, see, here's where I'm having an issue with it. And for those of y'all who understand this, I need y'all to comment on it. Because, of course, like I said, I'm listening to the children talking. And of course, you know, I try not to go to Walter Hampton's pages on his page so much because I know he's very insightful. Okay. He says shit to create and to incite chaos. But he says something within the first, I only got through the first 3.5, maybe 4 minutes of it, because he said something that gave my eyebrows a raise. And, you know, he always wants to let the children know how illegal they are, honey. You know, you doing porn. And he said, one of the things that these folks are over here doing, he said, they are creating porn illegally. Okay? He said there are only 2 states where you can actually produce porn legally. Okay? Now, he didn't say, well, I don't know if he said what's it because I didn't get through it. I was looking this up. But let me read y'all something that comes from the United States Department of Justice. And this is the Citizen's Guide to the U.S. Federal Law on Obscenity. Okay? Let me put this up in here because I'm gonna give y'all this link too, so y'all can see. Read this for yourself. Okay. Let me put up in here, and I'm gonna let y'all read that for yourselves too. This is off of the justice.gov site. Okay. And yeah, I'm gonna put this up here. Y'all see that? That's the link. I'm gonna keep that up there while I read this. Okay. It says here, I'm gonna go right down into it because it has all of these sections of it. And I think this got to be section 18. Okay. And it says the U.S. Supreme Court established the test that judges and juries use to determine whether matter is obscene in 3 major cases. The first case was Miller versus California, okay, in 1973. Smith versus the United States, 1977. And Pope versus Illinois, that was in 1987. The 3-pronged Miller test is as follows. Number 1, whether the average person applying contemporary adult community standards finds that the material taken as whole appears to Puritan interests, i.e., an exotic, lascivious, abnormal, unhealthy, degrading, shameful, or morbid interest in nudity, sex, or excretion. Not excretion, honey. No, you can't even have a cum shot. Shut up. Okay. That threw me. Okay. 2, whether the average person applying contemporary adult community standards finds that the matter depicts or describes sexual conduct in a patently overt way, i.e., ultimate sex acts, normal or perverted, actual or simulated, masturbation, excretory functions, lewd exhibition of the genitals, or sadomasochist sexual abuse. And 3, whether a reasonable person finds that the matter taken in as whole lacks serious literary, artistic, political, or scientific value. So those are the 3 ways that that is defined, or how they define something to be considered obscene. Okay? Right. Any material that satisfies these 3 prolonged tests may be found obscene. Federal law prohibits the possession with intent to sell or distribute obscenity, to send, ship, or receive obscenity, to import obscenity, and to transport obscenity across state borders for purposes of distribution. Although the law does not criminalize the private possession of obscene material, the act of receiving such matter could violate the statutes prohibiting the use of the U.S. mails, common carriers, or interactive computer services for the purposes of transportation. Convicted offenders face fines and imprisonment. It is also illegal to aid or abet in the commission of these crimes, and individuals who commit such acts are punishable under federal obscenity laws. In addition, federal laws prohibit the production of obscene material with intent to sell or distribute, and engaging in a business of selling or transferring obscene matter, using or affecting means or facility of interstate or foreign commerce, including the use of interactive computer services. Okay, basically all they're saying, if you got a goddamn store and carrying on, if you're trying to sell, make, on the internet and all that. Okay. For example, okay, to give you an example, it is illegal to sell and distribute obscene material on the internet. Convicted felons face fines up to 5 years in prison. Face fines and up to 5 years in prison. Moreover, sections 1464 and 1468 of Title 18 United States Code specifically prohibits the broadcast or distribution of obscene material by radio communication or by cable or subscription television, respectively. Convicted offenders under these statutes face fines and up to 2 years in prison. Now, it goes on to talk about obscenity and minors. I'm not going to get off into that because y'all know how I feel about that. Minors, that's a no-brainer, okay? Anything sexual with minors and carrying on, that's a crime. That's not sex, that's a goddamn crime, okay? And et cetera, et cetera. Okay? So, here's where, oh, wait a minute, here we go, wait a minute. It is illegal in Georgia. Walter was correct. Ha, come on now. So here's where it is. Now, I just read to y'all the federal outline of what they consider to be obscenity. So now this becomes a bigger question and a bigger platform to deal with, because we all know that the adult industry, honey, is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Multi-billion dollars. Okay. So now knowing that, and that deal was dated for 2020. I meant to get the date before I exited out of the thing. That was updated in 2020. But I'm looking at this because I remember, like I told you, I used to work in an adult bookstore back 1990. I was 20 years old. And at that particular time, I always wondered why, in the porn movies, particularly, women was always wearing heels. They were always wearing pumps or always had on some kind of lace somewhere, right? And to me, it just looks stupid because I'm like, okay, what's the point of all that, right? Well, what it was so that they can have it overseas or in other countries, because in other countries that wasn't considered to be nude. If the peoples had on shoes or some type of something on them, then they wasn't 100% naked, and it wasn't considered to be porn or obscene because they wasn't 100% naked. So a lot of the times that was one thing that I had learned back in the day, and I said, oh, okay. It was more than just a fetish of, I like them in high heels and this, that, and the other. No, that was there so they could sell the product elsewhere. That was how they was getting around little loopholes and this, that, and the other. So now, listening to all this, how is it that the industry has been surviving? Because it seems like if this is updated in 2020, they have now gotten to where they're telling you, no, it ain't no crime for you to have it, but it's a crime for you to go buy it. And it's a crime for them to sell it to you. It's a crime for them to make it. It's a crime for them because that's considered to be obscene. But yet we have sex therapists that tell you to go get porn, or they prescribe you porn or whatever. In fact, there's a whole industry of porn for couples that sex therapists and stuff use for couples to understand intimacy, role playing, and this, that, and other, how to spruce up their life. So how do we get around that? See, that's what I really need to open this discussion up to get into a few other things with this, because now this is a grander conversation. Okay. This is a bigger conversation. So now, having said all that, let me take a break. Wait a minute. What we got? Wait. What we think? Bathhouse culture is all in the wording. You onto something there. Though you onto something there. You're onto something there. Wow, this is very interesting. Yeah, very. Okay, come on. Right. Those laws have been in place for years, but not enforced. And that's what I'm getting at. Because I'm sitting up here saying to myself, I really need to go look at statute number 18 of the federal code, because this has been around for a while. It wasn't like it's an amendment. This is a statute that's been here. It's been updated because now we have, the internet and this, that, and the other, all these social media platforms. But now, this here is where it is. So I just wanted to know and understand where it is. Or is it that, is it like how they do prostitution on the streets? It's fine until the cops need to get their quota in for the tickets and carrying on. Or it's election time, and now they're trying to clean up the streets. So now they're gonna go hit this industry because they know this is where it is, and they can get all of it. I'm wondering if that's what it is because of the money in it. And then here's the other thing too, and this is the elephant in the room. Well, it's not the elephant in the room, it's just it's quiet. Oftentimes, the money that's in it is black market money. There's a lot of black market money in this, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't fuck with my money, and we good until it comes down where somebody got to get it. Because here's the other thing, that when we look into this, here's the one thing about those OnlyFans pages and carrying on, because when it's not governed and you're your own product, see, even though marijuana is legalized in a number of states now, a lot of these kids, they smoking weed, they taking poppers and carrying on, and a lot of that shit is illegal in a lot of different states still. So now you're promoting all of this the same way how you would do drugs. In the adult movie scene, honey, a lot of them bitches high as hell, and they high as hell. I've interviewed a couple of folks. In fact, I had somebody, who was it? Was it Tony Banks? Was it him? Somebody was telling me, hell, you sit up here trying to run a scene, or you've been working all day, honey, the dick is only going to last for so long. Okay? But because you got to be on it, you got to be on it. He said he did it once where they had this injectable that he had injected in his shit to stay hard. He said, I did that one time, I would never do it again. And this, that, and the other. So it's like, when we look at these particular things, how, and stand afloat, again, where are we with that? Is it the same as everything else? You okay until either you fuck up or don't pay me my money, or it's an election year and the people get to talking. It's kind of like they did that for New York. When Giuliani became mayor, that was his damn claim to fame. I'm going to wipe out all this shit out of New York. And he went up there, and 42nd Street and 8th Avenue, honey, all them porn stores were done. Okay, wipe them all out. But everybody knew at one point in time, that's where you went. If you wanted to get your stuff, that's where you went. You went down there, to the joint, And that's at the time we still had VCRs and stuff. So hell, if you somebody like me, I never spent I never spent those ridiculous prices for porn because I thought that was dumb. I never understood anybody. I used to sell it. So I'm like, anybody who came up in there paying $70 for a fucking movie, I thought was ridiculous. $70, $80, $99 for a tape. A tape. I thought that was dumb. Okay. I did. I thought it was dumb. Okay. Now I'm gonna tell y'all now. Yeah, I was the one who used to pirate that shit back in the day because I would rent it. I would rent the fuck out of them, honey. But if it was a hot scene, we had to do a VCR. I would dub it, and then I would only dub the scenes that I thought were hot. Yeah, I did all that, and that's how I kept my collection up, But I did rent it. I paid for the rental. Okay. And I made sure I got the tapes back, in good condition. I had a good VCR in, so it didn't fuck up the tape or nothing, and carrying on. And we got it back in times I wouldn't have to pay all them ridiculous late fees, But anybody who paid that kind of money, I thought was crazy. So I would go and get the discounted tapes or whatever. But because I worked there, I knew what was hot and what wasn't, because a lot of them $10 tapes were fuck. Oh. That was a waste of time. You wasted money on a lot of those particular tapes. So it was like, okay. So when they went through and cleaned out everything, that was a political agenda, And so I'm wondering if this is the same kind of thing. They got all this stuff that's the federal stuff, and I don't even know what the state is because, see, again, like Edgar say, okay, it's illegal here in Georgia to make porn or whatever, but I need to go by state. I need to see that. I'm trying to find that out. Research department, if y'all up in here, give me the states. If you can find the states where it's illegal to produce and record porn. Because Walter said it was 2 states that is legal in. I want to say Nevada being one, because prostitution is legal in Nevada. It might be Nevada and Chicago, California, maybe. I don't know. But If that's the case, then I want to see what that is, and then I want to do some research into that because this is very interesting, very, 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 very interesting, honey. Very, 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 very interesting. Because what you say, that's a lot of hypocrisy going on here since you read the laws. Okay. Remember, I ran a porn site. Diamond, which one did you run? You just said something there. It's in the wording. That's why with white supremacy, they have these private clubs. Bathhouses are private. Exactly. Okay. Exactly. Because see, listen, this is how we always, and then this is being a bouncer at the club, child. Okay, which I hated. That there was how we got around certain shit because like when we had dancers and carrying on, especially in states where the dancers couldn't go nude. Okay. You couldn't go nude, but at a private club where you paid a membership. Okay. It was a private club, so you're sanctioned up under businesses. Okay. You're sanctioned up under a private business. So whatever goes on into that, you're covered in some degree. So yeah, it's all in the wording, honey. Which is why OnlyFans and Carrying On could sit down and have memberships, which it becomes a whole membership kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? When T.S. Madison when she was Raw Dogs Entertainment, she was Raw Dogs Entertainment, and that was a membership service. Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. What you say? That's right, means that's why membership has its privileges. Say it, child. Right there. Okay. Okay. Okay, right there, honey. Right there. Okay. Okay. Back in the early days of web hosting, I ran through Production Secrets. Really? Okay. It's political as well. Porn is big when Republicans in office. For the record, I'm a Democrat. Okay. Okay. Because they're supposed to be the party of family values and this, that, and the other, and carrying on. Okay. You are right. Okay. California and Nevada sounds right because most of these credits show California or somewhere out west. Exactly. And yeah. So that there is that. But when I read that, when I wanted to look that up because, like I say, when Walter said that brought me pause because I was like, wait a minute, because wait a minute, I got rid of the other thing. Yeah, I got rid of the other thing. I had something up here, but it was dated for 2014, and it was the lawyers saying that, well, as long as your paperwork is in order, okay. If you have consent forms online, folks, and you have proof that the folks were over 18, and carrying on, and you've done it in the privacy, again, here we go with that private shit. Then the laws couldn't come down on you because everything was done above the law, and they can't tell you what to do in your own private space. You know what I'm saying? But now when it comes to distribution, how do you get the product out there? Okay. Which is why, as we all know, it was so, remember back in the day, we always say everything comes discreet in a brown paper bag and all that kind of jazz. And I still hold true to that every time I see something in a brown paper bag or a manila envelope, honey, or a manila envelope, child, it's becoming, a little bit that way. So now, it is, it becomes, but that's just the freaking me. I'm dirty like that, thinking everybody, being lascivious and involving themselves in all kinds of debaucherous behavior, So that there is that. But yeah, very, 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 very interesting. I just want to look into this because see, now it becomes, it's creating a larger conversation. And so that's my segue into the whole conversation bit. Let me take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to get into this. Wait a minute, hold on. You are correct regarding this. So, okay, California and Nevada. Okay. And I never used a legal government name because I used an assumed business. I made coins and the name switched, which is still a tactic used today, which is why I hope the OnlyFans folk do the homework, because there's always a back door. You know what? Understandable, because now, okay, you know what, Dominic, we need to talk off the air, because see what it is. I don't want to necessarily put some information out there that's going to evoke criminal behavior. Okay. However, what it is that, you know, when it comes down to assumed names, because it's all about now trying to get the check. Because here's where it is. If you're trying to tell me everybody getting paid cash, then I could use an assumed name all the time. That's not legal because my money is right. Okay. And it's all under the table, which means that my money is right. But if somebody got to take books and trying to keep their books together, there's somewhere in there's got to be a checks and balance, because if you're giving checks and things, that means the business got to file taxes somewhere. So if the taxes are being filed and this, that, and the other, somewhere, somehow, those books got to balance out. Okay, so that's an interesting point. Let me go here. I'm going to take a commercial break. And then when we come back, we're going to get into when is having the conversation going to turn into actions and solutions. When we come back, honey, that's going to be what we talk about. I'll talk to you in a minute. Stay with me. Whether you are a resident or visiting the ATL, if you need to satisfy your soul and your hunger with some good old-fashioned scrumptious victuals, then head on over to Tara Boulevard and feast at the Country Kitchen Cuisine Buffet. The Country Kitchen Cuisine Buffet has a mouth-watering array of delicious delicacies that will tempt your tummy, tantalize your taste buds, and please your palates. All of our items on the buffet are made from scratch, just like Grandma used to make. Try our meatloaf, the succulent fried chicken, the smothered pork chops, the short ribs, the fried and baked fish. Try our oxtails, the turkey wings, and don't forget some of those fantastic sides with the macaroni and cheese, cornbread dressing, greens, cabbage, red beans and rice, potatoes and gravy, and oh my God, don't forget the cornbread and those decadent desserts. Your hunger will not be denied. Come on down to the Country Kitchen Cuisine Buffet, located at 8562 Tara Boulevard in Jonesboro, Georgia. Come on down and tell them that Big Meech and Dishing Tea has sent you. Yeah. Angelo Ellerby, the Henry Higgins of hip-hop, is the founder, president, and CEO of Double Exposure Media Relations. Double Exposure Media Relations is a full-service public relations, marketing, and artist development firm specializing in publicity, photography, artist promotion and artist development, makeup artistry, event production, and EPK development. Celebrating over 45 years in the industry, Angelo believes that a culture that does not take care of nor respect its artists is a culture that leaves nothing behind to appreciate. Let Angelo help you make dollars and cents of the entertainment industry. Contact Double Exposure Media Relations at 201-224-6570. That's 201-224-6570. We're not asking for your permission. We're not seeking your approval. We're claiming what's ours in the name of our ancestors. We are their answered prayers. This is more than a movement. This is a revolution. Black innocence. What are yours today? All right, and we are back. If you're still hanging with me, honey, we're gonna get into the second part of our show today. Before we do, I see Red came up in here. He's on the road. I'm gonna bring him up in here right now. What's going
What up?
on? How you?
All right, I'm making it.
All right, well, you done crossed through. Feel like you like on the road trucker, honey. So, all right. But listen, before we go into the next thing, I want to make sure everybody understands something, and that there is,
You said you breaking up? What you say?
Oh, no. You were frozen for a second. Me and this damn strawberry Moscato, honey, I'm having fun. Make sure that you look at your local elections that are coming up. I know here in College Park, Georgia, we do have elections coming up here for city council and all of that. So we want you guys to, honey, if you don't believe that your vote matters, it's because you're thinking it doesn't matter because you're only thinking on a federal level. Get involved in your local politics. Get involved because that's there are your movers and your shakers in your everyday thing. You have to get in folks' faces. It comes down to your potholes and your street lights and okay, whether or not the recreation centers are going to be open again. Now that's your local stuff. You got to get into your mayor, your councilmen, your school board, your circuit court justices and judges and carrying on. That's where you got to get into those things so that you can make a difference. It's something else where you can't get to the president and carrying on. Why? Because they're always all over the country. They're never sitting still. But you can get down there to that damn city council and you can sit down there and voice your opinion. You could be in their face and be like, we need to change this. We need to do this. Because right there is where it is. You can vote them out, but I know, you ain't doing right. We getting your ass the fuck up out of here. Your local politics is where everything happens. It moves and it shapes. And this, that, and the third, honey.
Ain't that the truth?
Huh?
I said, ain't that the truth?
Okay. So that there is what we need to see and get you guys involved in. Here in Georgia, we will be doing phone banks and phone calls and carrying on so we can make sure that you are registered and that everything is up and up. You know, we got all these voter suppression things that are coming down the pipeline. And we want to make sure that you get ready now so that you're not waiting at the last minute. We got to get y'all up and running by October 1st. For those of y'all who trying to vote now in this upcoming elections, you got to be in by October because you got to be in the system at least 30 days before the vote.
You know what?
What?
You know what? I'm gonna tell you, I've been waiting for us to get to this subject, right? I mean, knowing a lot of the promoters, all of the ones that's really making stuff happen, as far as in venues and entertainment across Atlanta.
Right.
I want to challenge every promoter that feels like they worth the dirt they standing on to doggone have a check my status party all across Atlanta.
Oh, how about that?
And I'm gonna help y'all so y'all don't have to think so hard. You can go to your local rental store like Rent Center, yeah, Rental Center, and there's another one.
Yeah.
Rental Center errands. Your rental centers and your errands.
Uh-huh.
Those stores, you can go in there and cut a deal with them and you can rent laptops.
Right.
Set the laptops up at your situation. Like, just utilize a part of the bar where there's no drinks going to be served.
Right.
No liquids. And make that the area for the party. Let the people coming through the door. If it's $20 to get in your club, Tell them you can pay 10 tonight and take this ticket over to the bar and check your status.
Right.
When I say that's part of that's doing your part, because you want these local politicians to be in place and the ones that are in your favor, because guess what? When they're not in your favor and they're in your neighborhood, you don't have no money, Mr. Promoter, because they'll shut them little clubs down.
How about that? How about that? How about that? They come for y'all liquor licenses all the damn time, don't they?
All the time, all the time. And if
Uh-huh.
they don't know you, they not gonna help you. But guess what? Make some moves, like I just said, and you can change it, make a difference out of it. You can make a difference out of it. I'm just letting you know.
How about that? Okay. Now, that's a cute segue. Also, can I put this up? Because I was watching something just before coming on the air. And I'm listening to these women talk about, the frustration of what it is being Black women and carrying on. And the woman said something, and then I started hearing everybody echo this in my head. She said, well, this is why we need to have the conversation. And this is why we got to continue to have this conversation and this, that, and the other. And it hit me because I heard Monique say, this is why we bring this up so that it's okay to have the conversation. And then I hear Tamara Hall say, well, we're here to have the conversation. And we're here to have the conversation. We've even said it here. We're here to have the conversation. But now the question becomes, when are we going to stop having the conversation and start producing actions and solutions behind it? Because what I get tired of is all the time it seems as though we have to revisit a fucking conversation.
Well, that's because conversation don't move the crowd.
Oh, wait a minute. That's a banner. Wait, damn it. That's a motherfucking banner. Stop your calamity, you say.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Conversation don't move a crowd.
Right.
Wow. Oh, now say that. Okay, that's a banner. Conversation don't move a crowd. Well, then what does? What does? Because let's go here. Let's go here. I don't have the clip to show. But how many of y'all have seen the clip where the police officers in DC, I think that's in DC, had it was two officers, they had the guy handcuffed and he's up against the fence, and the white police officer came over and started beating him in his face, and then he went around under the fence and came up under the fence and got to hitting that boy in his face, and the guys that were standing by got to hollering at him. But then what they started doing, they picked up the garbage cans and started throwing the garbage cans at the police officers. Did y'all see that clip? And I brought that clip up because that there was action. We hear folks say, well, hell, don't just stand there recording me all the goddamn time. Do something, And then you have, because the conundrum is, what do I do? Because, see, if I get in this, they may shoot me and try to take me out. What do I do? And it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. There's a no-win situation, but what the conversation I get tired of having is, well, how come nobody do anything? Then we have somebody who does something that has the action, and then now you want to, because I heard this one particular point on YouTube. What's the child's name? What's his name on YouTube? I can't call his name right now. But he sit up there saying that, okay, they wasn't weak. They wasn't there. And why is it that if folks choose not to get active like that you see them as weak, or you see them as punks, or you see them as something else? Why didn't you do anything to stop them? And it's like, wait a minute, honey, they got guns. I don't. So let me do whatever I feel my part is. But we had action. And so now, everybody is like praising them and like, okay, well, at least they done something. They did something and was like, no, we're not going to have this on our watch kind of thing. Now, do I applaud them? Hell yes, I do. Because I wouldn't have thought to pick up the garbage can, because it's like, okay, wait a minute, But nonetheless, when does the conversation become action? Because oftentimes the conversation always end up we speaking to the choir. You know, you preach to the choir, everybody is in agreement of some sort. And so now we get the amen quarter. I know that's right. You better you say that. That's right. That's right. Oh, we need to come together. We need to unify. You know, we need to do this shit together, honey. We got to stick together. We hear that all the goddamn time. But now it just seems like it falls on deaf ears, or it has no action behind it. It becomes cliche. It becomes the thing to say or the thing to do. So what moves the people? What is it that moves the people? What is it that gets the people up in arms? What is it that what is it that we need to look at?
Well, be honest with you, the laws that we have in these different cities, right?
Yeah.
The judicial system, they're going to have to be the same for the boys in blue.
How about that?
Okay, and the minute that you put your city in a comfort zone where you are protected by the law, and the law, you know what I'm saying, and the law, you know what I'm saying, like law about it's one thing to do a lawful arrest, right?
Uh-huh.
It's another thing to be in a police brutality situation as an officer.
Right.
But I feel like me running over whooping somebody's ass because they doing entirely too much, and the video get ran back, I shouldn't be charged with nothing.
Now you know what? Now, those guys did not get charged. The prosecutor decided not to charge those guys for throwing the cans onto the officers. They didn't get charged, and a lot of folks are seeing them as heroes and champions and things. Okay, so yeah, but now
I don't look at it like they heroes and champions. They were just fed up.
How about that?
Sometimes some things come to a head, bro.
I'm mad as hell that I'm not going to take it anymore. Okay.
Right. Some things come to a head, but everybody can't get there because it's wondering what my consequence is for intervening. Or what about my family? What about my life?
Here we go.
You feel me?
Right.
There's a lot of things to think about now that they done got so comfortable with this brutality.
Okay. Yeah. Very interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. Very, very interesting. Now I'm looking at the ceiling. You got your phone unshifted.
I know. No, I would have to go past some people.
Oh, dig it. Okay. Okay. Oh, damn. Nick said she in pain. I thought she might have fallen asleep. She said she in pain.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. And I know what it is. See, she's weaning down. And you know her body does that when she gets excited and in those somebody's calling me, and that's my child, one of my children. Okay. But nonetheless, oh shit! I'm trying to tell her. She asked me were we still on the air, and I'm trying to tell her, yeah. Okay. Yeah. What it is? Okay, I got him. So yeah. Okay. When we get to that frustration point and understanding, okay. Boom, I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore. How do we navigate? How do we move it? Again, that's action. That's action. And that may not be the thing that everybody wants to do. Again, we said this over there on Atlanta Hot Radio. Everybody is needed because everybody can't do the same thing. Okay, these particular kids were the ones that we could throw the damn the garbage cans and carrying on. This one could have been the one to call the the news people, and say, listen, get down here because these motherfuckers are cutting up, blah, 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 while this one is taping. Because the ones who got the phone taping, it's not like they're not useless. You know, we got the record of what's going on. Okay? So now...
Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You know how... Okay, look, listen. Sometimes, you know this, you know what I'm saying, for a fact, because you know what I'm saying, you're a mature guy, you know what I'm saying, you done walk your seasons, you know what I'm saying, so you've seen a lot of stuff. Now, let's keep it real. A lot of cures to damaging situations in the human race, a lot of cures are good for the problem and the solution.
Okay.
Now, what I mean by that is, if they train the police to be more proactive instead of reactive, it will be less brutality.
Okay.
And if we as citizens were more proactive instead of reactive, some things would never happen because we already adjusted the situation politically.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
So
exactly.
People need to think about that. That's both sides of the fence need the same type of training.
How about that? Now, how about that? How about that? Yes, indeed.
That's just my analogy. That's my analogy.
Okay.
That is my analogy over all the situations. All right, so yeah, do something. Shit.
Yes, darling. Yes. Okay. Okay. And there we have it, honey. There we have it. There we have it. I'm just trying to get to a point where we can sit down here and come out of only having the conversation, you know, and as important as it is, because there are issues that we just refuse to talk about in depth, that we refuse to come to a consensus on, even if the consensus is let's agree to disagree. You know, we just refuse to come to a consensus on, and we refuse to have the conversation without going into it saying that, okay, I want to hear what you have to say, versus going in there saying, I'm gonna make sure you know I'm right. You know, and I think that's where we do a disservice with having the conversation. Okay. But yeah. So
what about this, Mitch? We need to, like, they got all these challenges come out, and there'd be a bunch of silly stuff for people to do.
Right.
Let's challenge all the nighttime medias. To do a panel, like, you know how we bring on people on and we have a panel.
Yeah.
We could pre-record it. Have a daytime panel on all of our platforms, and call these damn city halls and these politicians, and you call these people, everybody, all these little legislations in the city and statewide. We call them live. Everybody gets a certain office to call to fix certain situations, and we do it live to see how much we get done. Pre-record it. It'd be live, and we play it back on the night show so people can see. People took the time to change their schedules to make something happen. That's called proactive.
Right. Right. Okay. Right. Exactly.
Challenge all these media platforms. All these media platforms are capable of doing it, us included.
Exactly. I'm with it. I'm with it. I know. I was telling everybody. Go ahead.
That's no conversation.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's demonstration. Okay.
Well, I think I like that better. When does conversation become demonstration?
Right.
Well, I like that better. I like that better. Oh, I like that better.
When does conversation become demonstration without hesitation.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Our hands up to 85. Going to get names of politicians. No hesitation, no demonstration. So let's go. Starting with Big Meat. Ending with everybody. So let's go. Yes. Okay. I love it. I love it. Yes. And we have to do more of it. It's okay. You know, I'm so thankful that I live in the city here. And even though I do some political work, you know, on behalf of my city, I was chosen by my councilman to be on the board, to represent him and to be his eyes and ears, okay, for the Business and Industrial Development Authority Board here for the City of College Park. I'm constantly in his ear. We talk at least twice a month, so that I can find out what's going on. You know, he knows where I am and carrying on, and as far as what the meeting is doing and blah. You know, we have a continuous back and forth. Even when we disagree, we know how to disagree in love, and we're not trying to cuss each other out, saying that somebody's stupid for this and that. It's none of that. It's okay. Let me hear where you at. You know, because the ultimate thing is for us to be eye to eye. If we don't disagree, get me to a point where I can say, okay, I see where you at. If that's your vision, I see it. I don't necessarily think that's the action, but you got me to a point to where I can stand behind you and say, okay, let's do it. Versus me sitting up here trying to sabotage you and this, that, and the other. You know, and if we disagree too much, then that means that when it's time for election, okay, you're not the politician for me. You know what I'm saying? But this year I'm confident in my councilman here, you know, because he's been phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. But I know that because I'm in constant communication with him, okay, and we're able to get some of the grunt work done, and you know, and then understand how politics are. Okay, we got to go here in order to get here. But like, damn, how come we just take a beeline? It's A to B right here, but you tell me I got to go B down here to Z, then hit the T, then come around here and alley oop around to the L before I come to A? That don't make sense, you know. However, it happens because shit. What we got is this great big ass huge detour ahead or roadblock right here that says I can't go this way, you know. So that there is interesting. So I'm encouraging everyone. Okay, we're going to take the helm of this. I've done it before, right when Governor Kemp here in Georgia, when he decided that he was not going to accept the federal money anymore for the extra unemployment. So y'all know since June 26th, everybody who's still not, you know, only part-time because of COVID, they cut our unemployment, period. Okay, so we're not getting the unemployment anymore. And I thought he was just gonna cut the extra 300. No, they cut all that shit. They cut it all. Okay. So having said all that, I called him that day. I called down there to their office right when that damn press conference was over. I called down there. I said, where is his message line? Because I need to tell him what this is. And they say, well, sir, all of our calls are being recorded, so you can tell me what you need to tell him. And I addressed him by his full name, honey. Okay. And I said, how dare you make a decision like that? And you sit up there basing it on numbers that are not correct. You're saying that we got 400,000 jobs, but we got 250,000 people unemployed. Part of us who are collecting unemployment benefits, honey, we're not totally unemployed. We're part-time. Because of COVID, my job is not 100% open yet. So how dare you say that I'm a part of the lazy crowd that you keep saying that don't want to go to work? Because if I go take another job somewhere, that's going to fuck up everything here. You know, and then a lot of the jobs are not. This is what they have, and they this came on the news. Was it today or yesterday? Oh, it was the playback today. They were saying that yeah, we got the jobs, but the jobs ain't paying nothing, and the government is not giving these jobs the incentive to pay to where the folks that want to come in and stay.
Facts.
You know, the folks that get the, and then how about, yeah, you may be paying something. You may pay, okay, you trying, oh, we paying $15 an hour, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's cute. But then you get there and everybody is still, they treat you like you're a temp service. You only getting 2 or 3 days a week or whatever, you know, or treat you like you you know, the holiday help. You know how they do that for the holiday time. Oh, we got to get these packages. But as soon as they don't need you, then they start to decrease your hours. So,
Right.
you know,
That's what I'm saying. They give you the hourly wage, but your check come out as if you're making half of what you're making an hour.
Exactly. You know, so we encourage you. The conversation must become the demonstration without any kind of hesitation. Okay, without any kind of hesitation. We've got to start getting on point and making sure that this is heard. But a lot of that has to come here. And this is my next segue. Let me do this, honey. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. That's hot, ain't it? I want to highlight something because we have here, how many of y'all are familiar with the Fuddruckers franchise? Have y'all ever eaten at Fuddruckers restaurants?
Hell yeah.
Fuddruckers is the motherfucking joy. You hear me?
For sure.
Fuddruckers, baby.
I don't even know what none of that no more.
Big old hamburgers and shit.
I don't even know what none of that no more.
You know, well, we still have one in Detroit. I know the one that was popular was the one down in Shane Park. But catch this. Fuddruckers franchise is now owned by a black HBCU alum. The entire franchise is now owned by a black man. Okay?
Awesome.
Nicholas Perkins acquired the Fuddruckers franchise for an estimated $18.5 million, making him the largest franchise owner and the first African American to have total ownership of a national burger business. The first African American to have total ownership of a national burger business. Perkins' Black Titan Franchise Systems LLC reached a deal with Luby's earlier this summer to take over ownership of the Fuddruckers brand from Luby's, a Houston-based reported cafeteria chain that last year began liquidating its assets and dissolving the company. How about that? We're excited to be purchasing Fuddruckers and look forward to working with Fuddruckers, many dedicated, highly capable franchisees to further build this brand, Perkins said. As a Fuddruckers franchisee, I have a vested interest in ensuring that all Fuddruckers franchisees have resources, infrastructure, and operational and marketing support they need to maximize their return on investment. The strategic alignment, when combined with the fact that we sell the world's greatest hamburgers, quote unquote, that's a trademark, will ensure the long-term success of the brand and our franchises. Okay. He was born in Fayetteville, North Carolina, to a single mother and grandmother, Miss Lorraine Perkins, who also sparked his interest in cuisine. His passion for cooking, influenced by his grandmother and business, were conjoined and thus birthed the Perkins Management Company. The HBCU alum received his Bachelor's of Science degree in Business Administration and Management from Fayetteville State University and later went on to earn a Master's of Business from Howard. Ha. Okay. The Fuddruckers restaurant chain once had over 500 locations and is now down to 92.
That's what I thought they were shutting down.
Okay.
Because there used to be a Fuddruckers right in Snellville, and now it's an Applebee's.
Okay. So, yeah. Ooh, that's a hell of a downsize, honey. From 500 down to 92. Wow.
Right.
Okay. But that's all right, though. That's all right. But now we have a Black-owned restaurant of the first African-American to own a national burger chain. Wow. Wow.
He's finna make it pop. They probably should start popping up again.
Exactly. Exactly. And I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of that. I'm very, 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 very proud of that. Which gets me, I have to find, and I was supposed to be going there. I haven't been to the Subway. We have a Black-owned Subway station. Subway restaurant. Okay. And he's down he's here in Atlanta. And I believe he's down on there's one. We have one in Greenbrier that's listed as Black-owned. Okay.
Now you know that Nancy's Pizza and Kanye's that I like to meet at for meetings and stuff.
Uh-huh.
That's Black-owned.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I know the owner.
Okay. Oh, he's in Marietta. Okay. The one that I know, he's a 26-year-old who is the youngest person. The youngest. He was once homeless. The 26-year-old is now the youngest Black owner of a Subway franchise in Atlanta, and it's up in Marietta on Johnson Ferry Road. Now he's up there in Marietta, but I just saw one that's down here. They say it's in Greenbrier Mall.
Now I got a thing for you too. I don't know where it's at, but I remember when I was doing the paper on that type of stuff. That there is a Black-owned Jiffy Lube in Atlanta somewhere.
Really?
Yeah. Sure is.
Oh, shut up. Okay, I need to know that.
Yep.
Okay, this one here is at it's in Greenbrier at 3030 Hetland Drive, Suite 400.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to go pop over there and get me a Subway sandwich. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go get your Black Forest ham.
Okay. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Did he just acquire this? Subway is under new ownership. This is dated for August 14, 2021. It's under new ownership. The store has new staff and so many different changes. Come out and enjoy the daily specials. We have Family Friday every Friday all day until October 1st. Sundays are Senior Sundays.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up.
Everybody who gets a hold everybody who gets a hold of Subways. Now this right here blew me. I'm finna fuck your head up with this, right? Did you know that Subway is the #1 motherfucking fast food joint in the world?
Really? I did not know that. No, I didn't.
Everybody fails that question with McDonald's.
Because I would have thought, but you know what? I would have given it to McDonald's, but I know they've been having difficulties lately. But I thought they would have been the #1 chain.
No, the #1 chain, period, in the fast food industry is Subway.
Really? Very
and
interesting.
that's been going on probably 5 years running.
Okay.
And it's crazy when I found that out. I was doing some statistic stuff in school. I found it out, and so I started paying attention to subways, and I started noticing that though they all share the specials and stuff the corporate put out,
Uh-huh.
but you're allowed to do certain stuff in your doggone store that you want to do because it's your store.
Wow.
And
Okay.
like, for instance, right, it's a hospital. The hospital, Athens Regional, right?
Yeah.
There's one directly across the street from Athens Regional. The motherfucker's
Okay.
24 hours.
A subway?
It's a 24-hour subway.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Okay, now you know what?
Bro, I'm telling you, when I
Don't
started,
get me started. Wait a minute. Don't get me started, because y'all know they were sitting up there trying to get on Mr. Smollett, honey. How the hell you go on the subway at 2 o'clock in the morning in Chicago?
Yeah, but he might have, because I know that particular store is 24 hours. Well, I can't say just that one, because there is one in the Ford City shopping area of Chicago, Illinois, and it's 24 hours. I found that out.
How about that?
And we did a tour with some artists. We did a tour. We stayed in the hotel chains over there, and we got out late from the show one night, and so lo and behold, the only thing was open right on that strip was Subway at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Wow. Listen, at this Greenbrier Subway, their Family Fridays, they do 3 footlongs for $17.99. Yep. Senior citizens is 5% off their entire order, or they could choose a 6-inch combo for $5.99 or a footlong combo for $7.99. And that's all the way to December 21st. So from now to the end of the year, every Sunday, senior citizens, honey, now they don't say what constitutes a senior, so I'm going to say 65 and over, can go to Subway, the Greenbrier Subway here in Atlanta, Georgia, and get either 5% off your order, or you can get the $5.99 6-inch or the $7.99 footlong combo. Okay, and then up until October 1st, every Friday is a Family Friday with the footlong 3 for $17.99. So basically, that's $6 each for a footlong. Okay,
that's cool.
So that there is really, really cute. So I want to look into that to see who owns, who's the new owners and carrying on of this particular franchise. And I'm wondering if it's the same dude that owns the one up in Marietta. But in any event, that there is of that. So, wow, we've covered a lot today. And so all of y'all, I'm hoping that for your own safety and for your own sake and for your own pocketbooks and carrying on, that you guys, if you have OnlyFans pages and things of that nature, that you guys are starting to transition over into other revenue streams, whether you're going to use some of the other platforms that we've talked about, or if you're going to develop your own website. Develop your own website, and that way you can charge the membership fee, and that way you don't have to split the shit. See, if you got your own website, you can build a website and put your own content up there, and then have the folks sit down there and pay you through your website. That way all the money comes to you without the split. And then you just pay your employees, whoever's going to continue to upload the web, to refresh the pages and stuff. So that there is very interesting. So having said all that, honey, let's get it together, because one of the things that we do know is this: sex is going to always sell, honey. Sex is going to always sell as long as folks are here on this planet to have sex. There's going to be a way to where somebody can profit from it. Okay, have a coin, make some shit happen with it, and carry it on. Okay, so be that as it may, just make sure that we do it responsibly. If you're going to go into that particular business, treat it like a business, people. Treat it like a business. Always look at your product. Make sure your product is something that folks want to consider. You know, you always got to upgrade your product. You got to upgrade your people. Okay, it's one thing for me to see you in a certain so. Yes, I love to see y'all together, but definitely if I see y'all in every fucking movie, it's going to get old. Okay.
Real fast.
Okay, it's going to get old, honey. So let's understand that this is a business. You have to research it. You got to stay out there. You know, you got to find out what it is that your kids want. And let me put it to y'all like this. There is a site out there, child, for those who like to gain weight. And them children sit down there and gorge on food, and they get paid. Folks pay them to watch fat folks eat. Okay. And carry it on. And it's like, okay, that's interesting. But they have learned to make that, to turn it into a business, because see, now they have to worry about their health and carrying on. You know, how do I do this and still remain healthy? You know, and things. I want to gain weight, but how can I make this, you know, to a degree? Those who are already 600 pounds and carrying on, child, there's something out there for they get paid all the time. So if they can get paid and know how to treat it as a business, hey, there's a girl. If y'all go on YouTube and look up the girl with the widest hips, I think she got 60-some-odd-inch hips or whatever, all this ass, and she make money off of it now. You know, so that was that. So if you're going to go into this as a business, treat it as such, and make sure you keep the product and stuff together. And make sure that you do what you need to do to keep yourself on the up and up, and not this little tawdry ass shit. Or you think that because you do it, it's going to make you famous and carrying on. You know, listen, you want coin over fame. Get your coin over the fame, because the fame is only going to last but long. Okay, that's in fact, you could be famous, because famous don't come with coin. Fame does not guarantee your coin. Okay. Fame does not guarantee your coin, because folks can know who you are all the goddamn time, but because they know who you are, that don't mean they're gonna pay you to be you. That don't mean nothing. You're going to be their damn cash. You're going to be their cash cow of a joke. Take pictures, woo woo woo, but you got nothing. Okay. So having said all that, my darlings, let me let you guys go ahead on. You may finish all of your crumpets, baby, because the tea has been dished. And you've been dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat and the big guy Alloy over there, honey. That's the big red fella on his way to Chicago. Okay, and doing his thing. And like I said, we're going to keep our praise reports going up and carrying on. And we're going to move and groove. So having said all that, my darlings, you may finish all of your crumpets, honey, because the tea has been dished, honey. And listen. If you love us, tell your friends. But if you hate us, you could tell all of your motherfucking enemies, okay? But do know this. Everything that we're doing over here, any way, shape, style, form, or fashion, everything that we're doing over here will move forward. Until the next time, my darlings, y'all know tomorrow's Sunday. I said what I said Sundays. That's where you get to come on up in here and talk to me and things of that nature. We're going to get it. We're going to make it happen. So with that, let's do it. And we're going to say good night. Right. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Shit. Yeah, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Oh, wait. But before we go, if y'all in Atlanta, Tuesday, August 24th, and Thursday, August 26th, at the College Park Arena, The WNBA, our team, the Dream, will be playing. Okay, tickets are $20. Y'all come on out and have a good time. We were there today. Y'all see I got my arena shirt on. Honey, we were up in there acting a plum fool. We lost today. But we lost. We were like, what, 85 to 62. But we had a damn good time, honey. And them girls made them girls work for that dance. They made them work for that win. Okay. So y'all come on out, have a good time with us, because I'm going to be there on Tuesday and Thursday. Game time is 7:00 p.m. So y'all come on out, okay? So come, yeah, we're going to do that, okay? So on that note, and scene.